Okay, here's a look at the KO version of MP Red Alert, which is CP-14 by Takasa Tony. Okay, so here's a look at the KO box cover, which looks like it's a little darker print, but other than that, they try to replicate all the same features on the packaging design. So since I'm going over the packaging design, let's compare it with the original MP-14 Red Alert by Takasa Tomy. So you could see, yeah, like I was telling you, the print here seems a little bit darker, and the back, you know, they pretty much tried to capture the same thing, just a little bit darker. The side, also the same, just a little bit darker print. And the other side, the same thing. The top, you could see the difference, masterpiece. And the bottom, I think a lot of people always point out this is how you could tell the difference. Well, one, obviously you get the Lamborghini sticker here and then this other stuff. But anyways, that's a comparison between the original box and yeah, I just have to let you know why I'm getting the KO, because like many other figures, and I'm gonna say this with every episode of my original old masterpiece of figures in alt mode, I gave this away. And obviously now I regret it after I made the decision to have my old G1 style realistic masterpiece in alt mode. And yeah, so I had to hunt this down, and I found the KO version on eBay for I think something like 40 bucks or something. And I did check out a couple of reviews. It seemed like it was okay, but now that I have it in hand, I can actually clarify some of the things I feel the reviews about this figure that were not mentioned. So first of all, for the most part, it definitely does look like the original masterpiece. And you know, the issues with this, I'll tell you, is the tolerance is not that great. I mean, let me see if this will happen. I mean, look at this little thing, just easily comes undone, and the top of his head just falls back. Also, this thing doesn't, look at, see, it just easily comes out. So the tolerance on here is very, very bad. And then when I transformed it into this robot mode, right away I can tell why this is a KO, because the quality of the plastic is very, very thin. So that's very scary. But you know, if you're careful with, you know, manipulating and articulating it, yeah, it's okay. But for me, again, this is not going to stay in robot mode. He is going to stay in alt mode. So let's do another comparison. Let's bring out the plus version, and I wish there was a way you can actually feel the difference, but this one, I mean, you could feel the difference. And I can't tell for sure, but I think it's because there's more paint saturation on here, which causes more stability on the friction joints and stuff. This one, maybe there's not enough paint, and maybe that's why this doesn't stay in. Like this one, you could see I could grab it from his shoulder cannon, it holds. This one, see, that's where I was telling you. So I'm just pointing out probably the major differences you need to know between the original and the KO. Yeah, this is an older KO, so you know, this is not like the KO Bumblebee that I got or the KO Hound, because those seem like much better quality. But anyways, here's the difference. This is the plus version, and I want to make it clear. So you could see the difference. I mean, the legs, the color of the legs, and you can't tell, but the color of the vehicle this is supposed to be a off-white color. The original toy was white. So now that I said that, let me bring out the Bad Cube version, because obviously I kept thinking and thinking without really figuring out for sure. I just had to take advantage that this was on sale again. And I got this obviously because he has the doors hanging off of his shoulders, which is very cartoon accurate. And the colors for the most part were okay. But after carefully looking at it again, when I decided I want these old masterpiece in alt mode, this is kind of weird. I mean, look at the headlights. It should be white like the cartoon. But here, Bad Cube, they kind of gave you a fusion, so it has that nice transparent lights. And then also, I mean, I can't show you 100%, but the transformation, you could see the nice blue window. That is not cartoon accurate. The windows is this gray color. So even though, you know, he has the doors hanging off his shoulders, which is cartoon accurate, the other parts that are inaccurate are the color white that they used. It should be off-white. Here, the headlights should be covered white, and the windows are blue. And aside from that, I mean, if you saw me fixing this over and over again, you know, the design, the tolerance, I mean, how do I say this with Bad Cube? It's not like it's bad like X-Transpots, because, you know, they did do things to try to fix all the unusual, complex way they decided to design the engineering of it. But yeah, you could see this already fell down because it doesn't really stay tapped in there. So it's a complicated transformation, I think is what I'm trying to say. And as a result, you kind of get this look. But unlike X-Transpots, to me, it looks like Bad Cube did a better job trying to adjust to all the little intricacies of the transformation design. But anyways, I digress. I just wanted to point out the difference. And so I really can't have this as my cartoon version in robot mode, or the G1 toy look in alt mode. So bottom line, that's why I had to find a way to get the original version. And I was not about to pay $200 for another masterpiece, Red Alert, the first version. So I went with the KO. So anyways, that's just the difference with that. And I don't need to go over articulation and stuff. I mean, if you're careful with this, and you see, I mean, this just easily comes untapped. I mean, even the plastic feels very thin. So yeah, if you're aware of all of that, you know, you just have to be careful when you're articulating it and manipulating it during transformation, because this is not the same quality as mainline retail. So anyways, just wanted to share all that just to give you some information that hopefully is a little useful in terms of KO and the mainline retail. And the main thing is I got this because I want to have this in alt mode to represent the masterpiece version of the original G1. And so with that said, let's go ahead and transform it into his alt mode and take a look at that. Okay, here's a look at the KO version of the Masterpiece Red Alert, their first version. And let me tell you that transforming this back into the alt mode was very, very frustrating because the parts, because they're not toleranced very well, they're thin plastic, being very loose, things are just flopping around all over the place. And then when I'm trying to get like things to tab in, that was a little difficult just because the alignment and tolerance was off. But you can see for the most part it does do the job of what I want, which is to replicate the original Masterpiece Red Alert. It's done really nice, so you could see all the nicely sculpted detail, the paint back here. This is what I'm trying to achieve, which is the more realistic look. And what I was concerned about after watching the reviews was how the Lamborghini symbol there was going to look. It doesn't look too bad to me. And one of the positive, I mean, you could see that fire department symbol. Yes, look at how clean that is. This is done better than the original. So, I mean, the black outline with the white fill-in. This is done really nice. So that's probably the only positive. But this definitely looks the part. You can't really tell unless you pick it up and start trying to transform it. So that's all I really wanted was, you know, just the original looking G1 Masterpiece Red Alert, and it looks good. So just to compare it with the original, so you could see again, I said in my other videos that this is what I'm trying to achieve, which is a masterpiece version of the old G1, but done in a more realistic stylized version. And this, you know, perfect example is like the dark tinted windows. This one has transparent, but yeah, that's ultimately what I'm looking for. And you could see it does capture the G1 look, but in a more realistic style. And the other great thing about this is how does he look next to his buddy Inferno. So now you could see this this is looking really cool. And hopefully you'll stay till the end of this series, because I am gonna show all of them together once I have them all documented here. So yeah, this looks really cool. There you have that metallic grill, which unfortunately is not metallic here and here, but this is the best version of Inferno, and he does look great with the first version of Red Alert with the dark tinted windows. So yeah, this looks really, really cool. So that's it. That's my review for the old Masterpiece KO version of Red Alert. So now it's time to move on to the next one.
Both you and Inferno have shown great bravery today.
With friends like these, real friends, it's easy to be brave.